Okay, picking back up where we left off in part one, this brings us to the research process. So think for a moment about your past experiences with research. Most likely you've had to research something for either a class or for something in your life, like getting a new tattoo. What does the research process look like for you? Where did you go for your information? What roadblocks did you encounter along the way? What was enjoyable and what was difficult? It's essential to remember that research is a process. It's rarely straightforward, and often you have to rethink or change something about your research question as you go. You might need to start over or even choose a new topic. There is a lot of emotion that's involved with research, as well as the thought process that goes into it and the time and energy that you spend actually looking up the information. So it can be frustrating and it can be challenging. But the more you practice research, the more comfortable with the process and the more fluent with the process you will become. The best way is to dive in, and the best way to dive in is to find a really compelling question, something that really interests you. And really you can start with a basic search. That can include a basic Google search and looking at Wikipedia, especially when you don't really know very much about your topic at first. These aren't accepted as sources of information for your papers. You certainly wouldn't want to use them as a final source or put them in your works cited. But really, we all need to start somewhere. And these can be a great place for starting out, doing that first initial information gathering where you're learning the basics about a subject. You can really picture the process of research as a circle. It's very cyclical in nature, as you can see in this diagram from the University of Ontario Libraries. So first of all, when you're starting out, you think about your topic. You have your topic selected, and you decide that you're going to now devise a plan for what terms and keywords you're going to use to search and where you're going to look. So what databases are you going to look? What websites are you going to access? Are you going to look at books? What resources are you going to search? And what words are you going to use to look up your subject? So the search for information really is a process of discovery. And when you have found your sources, you'll then need to critically evaluate them for their content and their relevance to your project. And then when you've gone through all of that and you've determined that you actually do have enough information gathered, you can start to write the paper or deliver the presentation. But sometimes this really involves, a circular process of, going back and refining your search strategy, searching again for information, which might involve trying different databases, trying new combinations of keywords. It's rarely straightforward. Usually it does take a little bit of refining and tweaking and starting again. So, but finally, when you do have enough information, you can write your paper or you can deliver the presentation, whatever that project might be. And make sure also as you go that you cite your sources. It is crucial to document everything along the way at every stage of the process. So when it comes time to create your works cited list, you know what sources you used, you know where you found them, and you have all the necessary information in order to create that citation. So this whole process begins with choosing a topic, and honestly sometimes that can be the hardest part of the entire process. Your textbook offers a lot of helpful ideas on how to find a topic, so make sure you do this week's reading. Some of the highlights I found, my favorite suggestions in the textbook, include reflecting on what interests you. So, think about, the things that interest you, reflect on your personality, what appeals to you, what engages your curiosity. You can also look at an online topic generator. So if you go to Google and you type in, earth science topics or food and nutrition topics, you can see what you find and just, go from there. You can also take a look at what's going on in the news. Current events are, can be a gold mine of topics. Are there any hot button issues that you feel strongly about? Is there any kind of issue going on, current event, that you feel strongly about or that you want to learn more about? And then finally, take a look at the assignment. Look carefully at that and determine what the requirements are. How much time do you have for your speech, or how much space do you have for your report? This will determine how broad or narrow you'll need to keep your focus. So there is a video assigned for this week that looks at narrowing your topic. This is a really important step because it will help you when it comes time to searching for resources and the completion of the project. If you're trying to cover too much ground, if you're trying to conquer the world with one paper, it's just going to be too much. You really do need to narrow your focus to one aspect of a subject in order to do it justice and to write a better paper. So in order to do this, you can start by asking those W questions that we learned about in elementary school. So, who, what, when, where, why, and how. Ask all of those questions about your topic. Really dig deeper. Figure out what aspect of the topic appeals to you the most, and think about why you care about this topic. And also importantly, why should I care about the topic as your reader? You also can map out your ideas. It's important to build a concept map, just so you can see really laid out, you can also map out your idea, and this is called concept mapping. Concept mapping helps you explore your topic and figure out what part of your larger topic interests you the most. As you can see in the diagram, you can jot down your main idea and then surround it with smaller related concepts. This can help you break down a complex topic into more manageable subtopics, and you can really see the connections between ideas. Here's a good example of a concept map on vegetarianism. You can see the brainstorming going on with all the topics related to vegetarianism surrounding the main concept bubble in green. If this was your topic, you could think about what aspect of vegetarianism you want to focus on and explore, and really just keep your focus only on that one particular aspect for your research. It really makes less work if you can focus on one aspect of something. So this is a great way to figure out what direction you want to go in. Your assignment for this week is to select a topic for your final project and create a concept map to help you narrow your focus. The first thing you'll need to do is read the final project sheet so you can understand what kind of topic you need to select. Then you can complete the assignment and submit it in the assignment folder. And this is all found under the Week 1 folder in Blackboard. You'll need to read the assigned readings and watch the videos, and you'll need to complete quiz 1 by the end of the week, which is Wednesday, April 3rd. You will also need to post an introduction in the discussion board, read your classmates' introductions, and respond to at least 2 posts if you want to get full credit for participation. So let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching and have a great week.